At 108 years, IBM is the oldest tech company, and it's frankly the company that's reinvented itself the most times. And I think because of that, I feel very good that innovation's in its DNA. And you actually watch a lot of the other newer companies today struggling with this. I always say it's easy to kind of put a new product out multiple times. It's much more difficult when something hits your basic business model. And that's what I think we're witnessing in a lot of places. But if I go back to IBM, this point about in our DNA, innovation in a DNA, I think there's a couple lessons that are applicable to other industries. And I sometimes think of it as what must endure, but then what must change. Perhaps what's more interesting is the what must endure, what must not change. And as I've looked back through time, what hasn't changed for us, the first one is our purpose, our mission. And we've stayed focused on mission critical work. In fact, whenever we've varied from that, it's been a problem. The second thing has been this idea that R&D, you shouldn't cut it. And so it may vary a little bit, or may put more in at times, but we've really held at a steady amount of R&D through good times and in bad. And then the third thing has been this steadfast sort of belief that what makes us different is the expertise of our people. And so as a result of that, it's decades and decades of trust that companies have, and that have in us, and that to me is what can't be broken. So what must endure is all around mission and purpose, the expertise, therefore trust companies have in us, in this constant flow of R&D. Trust is, to me, something that is developed and sustained over a million actions, not one action. And one of the things that has been core to what we've done on trust is this belief that knowing we were supporting businesses around the world, we've managed their data forever. We have always said their data is their data. We won't make money from it. We protect it, we store it, but we won't make money off of it. And that consistency of belief in how you act is one of the ways you build trust. And I know the other way is year after year after year, I always say I'm part of your past and I'm part of your future, and I have to provide a bridge between the two. And that consistency of behavior through good and bad times builds trust. The part that changes, though, is a different story. And I've always said, our portfolio, be willing to change almost everything. And in the portfolio, in our last 4 years, 50% of the portfolio is new. So in other words, products and services that didn't exist 4 years ago. But the more interesting story is the skills and how work gets done. So of our 350,000 IBMers, half are new to IBM, and 80% have transformed their skills. And the other 20 doesn't mean they had bad skills. They just had the skills they needed. And then the third thing is really that's changed is how to do work. Because we're a big company. We're in 170 countries around the world. We're $80 billion. But you're competing in a world against consumer companies, or consumerism, I would say, and startups that are small and agile. So really the work's been done to bring design thinking, agile, co-location, things like Net Promoter Score, all to change how work is done so big can act fast.